The price of oil is skyrocketing. The price of oil stocks are also skyrocketing. Taking a look at some oil stocks today, some are up over 500% in only a few days. There's a stock that I'm looking at right here that's up 100% today alone. Breaking down the charts, talking more about what's going on right here in this video, so make sure you stay tuned. What's going on, guys? Patrick here. Today, breaking down some of the top oil stocks in the sector. Some of these stocks are up over 500% in only a few days. If you guys haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Let me know in the comments below, what stocks are you watching in the energy sector right now? There's a lot of really big plays going down, and we're going to take a look at the charts right here on some of these top stocks. You can see why by looking here at the chart on INDO, making a massive move from the $10 area up to a high of, I think it was almost, $81 so far. It's up over 615% in a matter of only days here, my friends. Only days making this massive move there. Look at that thing. Wow. All right, so if you look here on the daily chart, today alone, this stock went from $40 up to $80, so about a 100% move. It's up about 78% right now. And looking here at the chart, how this thing has just been kind of, it's honestly just been growing and growing and kind of steadily going higher. And today really was that big, massive move here for INDO, being up 78% on the day. So you might be wondering, why is INDO going so insane right now? If you look over here at FinViz, it's showing that the float is showing around 1.5 million shares. The outstanding is 7.4 million shares. So very, very small float. You can see the market cap being 150 million right there. So that's one of the big reasons for this massive move that we're seeing is the shares, right? The shares, the float is always something to look at when you're looking at these types of plays, especially for a big squeeze, for a big, massive move. Another energy stock that's up big today is IMPP. If you look at the shares on this one, it shows that there's 9.3 million shares outstanding. So maybe a little bit bigger of a float, but still very similar in size. And MARPS, same thing, small float. So what's something to take a look at here when you're looking to invest in these types of plays? Number one is the float size. I want to see a very small float. The smaller the float, the less demand that it takes to really get these stocks moving. And as you can see from looking here at the charts, these stocks are making massive moves based off of the demand, right? Everybody wants to buy these oil stocks, and you're getting these massive moves. So another one we're looking at is MARPS. Like I said, we saw this one under 10 million shares in the float. It's up around 100% so far in the last few days, or in the last 2 days here, going from the 523 area up to a high of $11.20 right now. On the daily chart, it's up 34%. Looking here at the 15-minute chart, kind of bouncing around from the 940s up to a high of 11. Pre-market high was $13. It has not been able to break above that so far, but definitely one to keep on the watch list. Like I said, it's got the small float. It's got the recipe for an INDO type move. But I think really what you have to look at here for is the overall sector, what is going on. You've got oil prices going to the moon. I think the high this morning was around $125 per barrel, and that's obviously going to lead to big moves here in the actual oil mining or oil drilling sector here, and the oil energy sector for stocks. Another one here is IMPP. IMPP here on the chart going up massively as well from the $2 area just the other day to a high. I think it was almost, about $8 here. So about a 272% move in only a few days. But if you really go back here till February and look at this move, it's about a 1,300% move. So where have you guys been? Look at this thing. Back there in February, the price of stock was under $1. Today, it's almost $8, or it hit $8. So some massive moves there in the oil stock world right now, oil energy sector, with the price of oil going nuts right now. But like I said, these are kind of the top plays that I've seen today so far. INDO, one thing that I would keep an eye on for INDO kind of being the sector leader here for the biggest move, or kind of, I feel like, the most volume and people talking about it, If INDO starts to crash and comes back down, well, it's probably going to pull the rest of these stocks like MARPS and IMPP. Also, another stock that's been getting some action as well is CEI, from the 50-cent area up here to $1.25 today, making a big move here on this big play in the energy sector right now. Oil stocks are hot because of oil just skyrocketing and going nuts right now. And if you look here at the price of oil right now for the barrel, and if you look here at the price of oil per barrel right now, you've got the U.S. oil from the $64 area back there in December to almost $128 today. It is pulling back right now, so something to keep an eye on if you're investing in oil stocks or the energy sector. Looks like there's a big gap in the chart that got filled there overnight. We had this big, massive move. The market gapped up over the weekend here on oil up to that $128 area. It has not been able to break above that, but we did pull back and close that gap in the chart. So now the question is, do we start to consolidate here at this level above $100, $118, $120, and then make that move back up to that $128 area? If we look at the overall bigger picture here for price of oil, the price of oil was around $150 back there in 08. So you can see this big, massive move in oil that happened 07, 08. And he had this massive move up there to $150. So the question now is, how much higher can oil go with everything that's going on in the world? So we know, number one, that kind of $150 is going to be our overall massive resistance there at that level. We also have that, resistance here kind of at this previous level as well that we already got through. But the question now is, does this previous resistance here at the 110 area turn into support, which it's looking very much like it wants to do right now. And we'll see where this kind of ends up. A little bit of a selling top there on oil this morning, but now a lot of these oil stocks still going up. You can see INDO dropping down there to $69 from that high up there at $82 and pulling back. Now they're below 70. So this could be kind of the top here for the energy stocks right now. It really comes down to the price of oil. If you're going to be investing in these energy stocks, I would definitely keep a close eye on the price of oil. If oil can stay above this previous resistance there, like I said, at that 110 area, I think it's bullish, and then oil can maybe try to push up to 130, 140, 150 and try to retest that 150 level there on oil. So always a lot of things to think about, but now the question is, are you early to the play or are you late to the play? Right now, looking like INDO pulling back pretty hard from that $80 level. We're going to see what happens with the price of oil. If oil can consolidate above 110, and then we would look for a bigger move here on oil if it starts to squeeze higher from there, and then that 150 area being that next big resistance on oil. So if you guys haven't already, do want to be fair, hit that like button, subscribe button, all the buttons down below. I will talk to you guys later on.